Trump's children set to take the stand at his fraud trial this week. 17 witnesses have testified so far in Letitia James' crusade against President Trump. Donald Trump Jr. is expected to testify on Wednesday, Eric Trump and Ivanka Trump later in the week. President Trump himself expected to take the stand next week as well. So what comes next? Well, joining us now is Alina Habba, attorney for President Trump. Alina, an honor to have you. You've been so busy. We really appreciate you taking time out of your very booked up schedule to join us. Have they come up with a victim in this crime yet?
So no crime. There's no victim. In fact, the banks made money. As you know, the loans were all completely paid. This is a civil lawsuit, which was, in my opinion, used to politically attempt to bolster the attorney general. But what's happened is that the more evidence that's come out, the more testimony that's come out, and this is only in their case in chief, we haven't even gotten our turn yet, the clearer it is that this is another political hoax based in nonsense. There were no damages. The Trump organization, frankly, has made the city of New York so much money. They employ almost 1,000 employees. And there is a woman trying to get Trump from the day before, she even took office, said that she knew that she was going to look in there. She was going to go after Trump and go home every single day. And, promises made, promises kept. But that's what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah. And the personal turmoil that they try to create for the president is extra insulting and, frankly, un-American and unprofessional. I pointed out he's always made the Halloween party. That's tonight. I'm guessing he's not going to be there. He really enjoys it. He always comes down, loves to see everyone's costumes in the beautiful party that he hosts at his home every year to kick off the season. But to add insult to injury, they're dragging the president's children across the stand. This is a level of real persecution that is nothing short of Banana Republic style, right?
That's absolutely true. And actually, you bring up a good point, but let me make it even more clear to your viewers. They're not just bringing them up on the stand, they've listed them as defendants. Yeah. They are effectively saying, they were part of this fraud because they were employees of the Trump organization. So they listed them. Ivanka is no longer a defendant in this matter, but the boys are still in it. And it's optics, it's headlines. I know you'll see Letitia come out the day that Don and Eric testify and the president and his kids and make a statement outside about the continuous fraud in hopes that she can, again, move forward with her career. Don't forget, she's a failed gubernatorial candidate who ran and then had to withdraw. We've got people in the courtroom that are running for, judgeships and things like that. That this is what it is. There was literally nothing done wrong. These people gave statements of financial condition on a company worth billions more than the statements said. And the banks did their own due diligence, as all banks do, checked on things, checked what values were, and determined that they had rights to a loan, which never defaulted, and they made hundreds of millions of dollars on. So this is, again, a way to tie up Trump so that he can't be on the campaign trail where he wants to be, like you said.
Yeah, it's kind of backfiring, though, because his poll numbers just keep going up the more they persecute him. And for every mother and dad out there now who are watching this, Alina, and watching these children who have done nothing except sacrifice for this country from the moment Donald Trump put his foot in the ring, they've given up billions of dollars in business. You and I know personally, watching the personal cost to them, and the whole time, by the way, with smiles on their faces, happy to do it in service to America and their father, whom they love very much. It's going to backfire even worse. It's a whole different sort of a campaign tactic, isn't it, what they're doing to him? But Alina,
it is.
It is. But in Colorado, there's a trial happening right now to decide whether President Trump can even appear on the ballot. The argument is that Trump should be removed from that ballot for inciting an insurrection against the U.S. government on January 6th. But the radical leftist judge, whose name, by the way, is Sarah Wallace, is on record giving donations to an anti-J6 super PAC, a leftist super PAC that was meant to work against candidates who dared to question, dared to ask anything about the 2020 election and who were at the J6 protests. This was a motion asking this biased judge to recuse herself. There was a motion, rather, asking this biased judge to recuse herself, but she denied that motion, and she claims to be unbiased. Alina, how are you unbiased? My own husband, a former senator from Missouri, pointed out last night that the things she has done look very illegal on their face. You can't donate to an organization and say, ooh, I meant it to go to that candidate. That in and of itself is illegal. But Alina, she's getting away with this as if she is in some way unbiased when she is obviously trying to fund those fighting any efforts to help our J6ers. Tell me.
So the problem with our system, and I've raised this many times because I have this situation in other cases, is that when you ask a judge to recuse themselves, you're asking the judge themselves to make that determination, the judge in the position who should be recused. I think that in itself is a little bit of a broken system that we really need to examine and reform. I had this happen in the Hillary Clinton case. I sued her. I sued all the co-conspirators of the Russia hoax, and the judge never even met me. He was appointed, a Clinton-appointed judge. I said, you need to recuse. You donate. You do all these things. And the judge said, no, I'm not biased. Never met me. Sanctioned the president and I $1 million a month in. This is what's happening now. So. I always say I became a lawyer because I thought that the ethics, the ethical morals, and the bar that we took and the commitment that we made to following the law and applying facts to law was important. I've seen now that that is unfortunately not what we have. We have a dual system of justice, and it's destroying our country because look at the story you just put. Why is our country taking barbed wire down to keep Texas safe? Why would they be instructed to do that? That doesn't make sense. They're not putting America first. And these judges aren't, unfortunately, in many instances, and this is one of them. You have to take your robe seriously. You have to take your ethics seriously, but they see it as an opportunity. Many of these judges want to retire and go into mediation, and it's an opportunity to be an anti-Trumper and show the Trump derangement syndrome they have full blast and take it out on him. It's a shame.
Well, Alina, I just want to tell you this audience is very thankful that you are there to do what you do every day, to fight for him. You've had some amazing moments. Michael Cohen, my goodness. You are doing really yeoman's work, and we just appreciate you, and we pray for you, and we ask God's blessings upon you and the president and his family, especially this week. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. I love being on your show. Thank you, Gina.
Love having you, Alina.